Welcome to Wisdom on Wheels. Today we will be getting to know Archbishop Nathaniel from the Orthodox Church in America. Thank you, Your Eminence, for joining us for an episode of Wisdom on Wheels. I'll just start off with a simple question. Your journey is somewhat intertwined with the Orthodox and Roman Catholic traditions. Can you tell us a little bit more about your formation?
Well, my family was Byzantine Catholic, Greek Catholic they call them, or Romanian Greek Catholic, in Aurora, Illinois. When I was born, the community there had already been split. There were personal problems with the clergy, and so I grew up in a kind of an atmosphere of, are we going to the Greek Catholic Church? Are we going to the Latin Church nearby? And so that was my bringing up at that point until I went to college. I went to, at that time it was a Benedictine college for general education. And during that time, even my childhood, I was very moved by the music and beauty of the church, the iconography, and it took me along until finally, and it was about that time in college that I decided that I would like to enter the priesthood. So I was invited by the Romanian Greek Catholic bishop, who was a visiting bishop. He didn't have a permanent residence or flock, and so he made it possible that I would go to Rome to study. I was there from 1962 to 66, exactly during the years of the Second Vatican Council. And so we met many individuals there, Orthodox as well as Catholic, Latin Rite, Greek Catholic. And I had a friend who was German, and he was very good linguistically, and he had been to Mount Athos, and he thought, well, maybe we should both go together. So I had not been in an Orthodox church, and I was already in my college years. And so when I went to Athos, I was very moved. My friend, who spoke fluent Greek and Slavonic, Russian, we met a monk who answered many of my questions, and he said, you're like Nathaniel, you have many questions and without guile. So from that point, I kind of took under my wing, so to speak, the name of Nathaniel. I was ordained in the Byzantine Greek Catholic Church in Rome. I came back and about 6 months later, I thought I'm in the wrong church. So I was in the parish 5 years. From there on, I was ordained bishop in 1980 and came to the voucher and haven't left since then.
That's beautiful. That's an amazing journey and an amazing story. What is your most fond memory from your Episcopal service?
Well, I would say the fondest and most joyful is the ordination of Bishop Andrew, Bishop Andre. He means the future of the diocese. He's the person well prepared. I know his love for the Lord and for the faithful, and he has his experience both as being Romanian born and being wonderfully prepared in the Romanian language and English, because he studied here. He, as you know, was a graduate of of Holy Cross, which I wanted him to attend, Holy Cross in particular. And so after his service there, he graduated. He has a doctorate in theology from Rome. And so there he is as the future of the diocese. So that's my most joyful moment.
You serve on the Assembly of Bishops Committee for Liturgical Matters. What do you hope the committee will achieve?
I think what we're looking forward to is a language that's acceptable to all, and also some form of liturgical practice that when the bishops do can celebrate that they feel comfortable with. The Byzantine tradition is one, the Slavic tradition might be another, and you might have one or two that are kind of combinations. So I believe that our committee is anticipating preparing services that are acceptable, and that means, I hope, in contemporary English. And I think that's to work on some services that really can be considered to be for both of us, for all times. It's a little bit difficult because, of course, interpretation, and do we go from a Greek text, do we go from a Russian text, a Slavonic text? But I believe that we're concentrating on doing some services that are most used in community. I think the committee has a daunting job because we can propose, but we can't impose.
Correct, yeah. Absolutely. So what does a unified church in this country look like to you?
Well, I see three options. The first one is possibilities, not options. I think it would be that we just continue as we are and just have an association of the hierarchs. The second one is that perhaps the Patriarch of Constantinople would create an autonomous Greek Orthodox Church in America, which would mean it has its own bishops electing their own bishops, and the head of the diocese or the church, local autonomous church, such as in other parts of the world. And the third one that I perceive as being a reality or possible is that the Patriarchate would say to create a totally autocephalous church in North America. And being that if it is the Patriarch of Constantinople who would so give this autocephaly or recognize its autocephaly of basically the Greek archdiocese, then that all the other churches who have clergy, bishops, clergy faithful, such as the churches in the Balkans and elsewhere, would by reason become part of that without any other option. They couldn't continue because it's an autocephalous church. In that case, the OCA, which received its recognized autocephaly by actually a number of churches, mostly Slavonic, that would continue as it is, but it would be part of and within and of and associated to the new autocephalous church. That way all Orthodox Christians would be part of the church in North America, autocephalous church in North America, with one synod, one holy synod, with dioceses divided according to what I think some things have already been drawn up. And that would be the best solution in the end, because all would be part of this by liturgical and canonical order.
Do you have a favorite television or show or movie?
I think I do have, but I don't know that I want to tell you.
Oh, okay.
But I will, because it's a question and I can answer it. It's a strange movie. It's not popular in the sense of something you would go to see in the theater. It's called Babette's Feast. It's quite good, but it is in Danish. So, but there's subtitles.
Okay.
But you can learn a little Danish there.
Sure, let's check it out. Take a few lessons before I watch it.
Yes.
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food is the white potato. in any form, shape. When I was a child in kindergarten, in those days we had kindergarten, child's play kindergarten, I drew a potato on a piece of manila paper. It takes up half the paper, a big brown potato, and next to it is a stick figure. That's me, of course, and then in the sky and the nice bright shiny sun. So my mother kept that painting, I'll call it a picture. She kept that, and now I have it. From my kindergarten, can you imagine?
What brings you the most joy?
What brings me the most joy to serve the Divine Liturgy or at the other services. I don't serve so much now. I usually am at the monastery of Dormition, which is about 15-20 minutes from us. And I usually serve there on Sundays rather than driving into Detroit to one of the parishes, unless I have a visit to a parish. But again, it's during the liturgy the most that I feel, and it's at the time of the offering of the gifts that one feels most the joy of being one, and you can feel that with the faithful. Yeah, so it's always a joy to be together with the other hierarchs of the church, no matter what occasion there is, and I believe that that's a joy because you see the others as they also are serving Christ in their own diocese. And we have this great country, it's huge. So for me, that's the joy is to see when people do come to the liturgy, participate and receive the Eucharist. That's the joy there, yeah.
Well, thank you, Your Eminence. It's been a pleasure getting to know you.